Evening, everyone. This is your girl Coteria, and welcome back to my channel, My Opinions Vlog. I want to get more into depth, into details regarding this whole Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice situation, where I found out is new to me, and I don't think a lot of us knew about this information. But like I said, it's very telling, and I'm glad that Ice Spice ex-friend Baby Stormy kind of released these text message exchange, because we would have never known that Barbie Mattel had reached out to Ice Spice, not the Nicki and the Minaj. Okay, they reached out to young Ice Spice, that's what, 23, 24 years old, and you have Nicki Minaj over here who's 42 years old, okay? And Nicki Minaj is always waving the flag when it comes down to Barbie. She's been branding herself a Barbie most of her career, to be honest. You know, she had the over $100,000 Barbie chain. She's always branded Barbie, gave them free promo and advertisements. I believe she had a Barbie doll deal. I'm not sure if that's factual, but you guys can correct me. But she's been doing all the right things to get Barbie Mattel attention throughout the years. But what's the biggest slap in the face and the gag is when they decided to reach out to a young high yellow, just became mainstream, who have not really been in this industry, like I said, no more than 3 years. They reached out to her to be on the live action Barbie movie soundtrack. Not the Onika Minaj, the Nicki, the Minaj, okay? Now the new watered down reject Barbie. And you know what? When I think about, like I said, I was doing my my voiceovers and stuff, and like I said, it really didn't kind of settle in like it's settling in now, that they never even thought of or the idea to think about to reach out to Nicki for her to do a song on their soundtrack. They wasn't interested at all. Now, mind you, this overly grown 42-year-old woman is still, using the Barbie, which is a child doll brand, associated with her name, almost 15 years. And she even tried to infringe on their copyright when she did the rap snacks, and she tried to use Barbie. She wanted to use a Barbie name, and they hit her with a cease and desist. Okay, a gag, you're not going to do it. We're not interested. Don't use our name on the rap snacks. And so she had to change it. But like I said, she's a user. And it's crazy that even though, she stole it, the idea and the style from, like I said, Little Kim, Queen B, she came out, claiming herself as the Black Barbie. No, Little Kim do not have no affiliation. She has no ownership of Mattel Barbie, but she considered herself the Black Barbie. And she had referred to her, that was like a nickname. She referred to herself as Black Barbie. And then you have, like I say, when Nicki Minaj comes along, I guess she's lost in the sauce. She don't know what ideal she want to run with when she start becoming mainstream, because she didn't start off saying Black Barbie. And like Little Kim said, Cash Money Records, the baby and Slim, I forgot his name, Slim, they put that, like I said, I felt like Nicki Minaj was a industry plant way back when. They always said all these other girls industry plant. But when hypothetically you look at it, Nicki Minaj, I feel like she was an industry plant to take out Little Kim, based on Little Kim interview in the Breakfast Club, because she says it. You know what I'm saying? They was using Nicki Minaj. She was their worker, just like Remy Ma said, at the time, to steal Little Kim's style. And then she even had the audacity to start claiming herself as Black Barbie and try to disregard Little Kim, who was the original Barbie. That's a disrespect in itself. And then she started to get very mouthy and disrespectful to Little Kim because, like I said, they gassed her up. They gassed her up like a helium balloon. And like I said, she went all the way up. And she thought that, she was winning when it came down to Little Kim. Now, y'all know Little Kim got into some type of legal trouble, and she did a couple of years. And that's kind of like one of the reasons why Little Kim kind of fell off, because she had got locked up. It wasn't because this girl came in the game and, she was the new up-and-coming artist. And like I said, remember, she was kind of, rapping and doing that pop and singing, something like, like kind of like what Drake did later on. She had a new style of rap. But a lot of people, never, got into details and questioned why Little Kim kind of like fell off. She did a couple of years for whatever she did over there in New York. And that's when Nicki Minaj was up and coming. But like I said, they put a seed, they put a implant in her to, like I said, mimic Queen Bee, Little Kim style. And like I said, after all these years, she's still, like I said, attaching herself to the Barbie brand, which is kind of crazy. And I shout out to the grown woman, the mature woman, the classy woman, Little Kim herself, because like I said, Little Kim is 50 years old now, or 51. You know what I'm saying? She let that go years ago. She let this young woman have it because she see, like I said, let me tell y'all something. When you're like the blueprint of something, mind you, generations change, decades, everything changed. But like I said, in history, we already know Lil' Kim is the OG of the original Black Barbie. And, I noticed that the mutts and the workers are very irritated when I regurgitate this old information because it's factual. It's going to be in rap history. We all know it. But they try to brush over it. And, bitch, I'm not going to allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, anybody can claim this stuff to be the Barb, but she's the watered down reject Barb, in my opinion. And it's going to always be because it wasn't her original idea. It was really Little Kim. Barbie been around for 100 years and stuff, but she's the only artist, like I said at the time, that called herself, the Black Barbie. That was her thing. But like I said, back to, Ice Spice in the Nicki Minaj situation, like I said, Ice Spice, like I said, don't even have a whole album. Matter of fact, no, Ice Spice don't have a whole album. She only just has EPs and solo projects. But again, they wanted to reach out to this young, high yellow, pretty gal than Nicki Minaj. Now, I do believe that there's major colorism in the industry. It is. But it's very telling because, like I said, Nicki have worked so hard with Barbie. She even called her stains, her flunkies, her followers, Barbs. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, with Barbie, it's a huge brand. And like I said, mind you, Barbie don't mind you calling yourself, you consider yourself a Black Barbie. They don't mind because guess what? You're helping promoting them. You're advertising their company. And you're not getting any commission. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting any type of money from it at all. No commission, no nothing, no royalties. So you giving free promo to Mattel. You know what I'm saying? They the one who own Barbie, and they don't mind her, attaching herself as long as she don't go far and try to make any brand deals, which she know. But like I said, this is what you call a slap in the motherfucking face for Nicki Minaj. And I'm laughing. Like I said, even though, it's new to me because we just found out now. But the whole time, Nicki sat on this, and she know that they reached out to Ice Spice because Ice Spice is very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. And that shows me how they perceive Nicki Minaj. Her mutts and her workers was like, oh my God, she ended up on one of the biggest live action movies on the soundtrack. Bitch, the gag is they didn't even reach out to her. They reached out to Ice Spice. So you motherfucking mutts and you delusional Barbs, fall the fuck back, bitch. Okay, stumble over motherfucking rock and knock your fucking teeth out. You understand? Because y'all was loud and wrong. And yes, she's on the soundtrack because of Ice Spice, who's only been mainstream for 2 years. While she has a 15 longevity rap career again, and she's been giving Barbie free promo for years and eating off their goddamn brand, to be honest. And guess what? She wasn't even a thought, an idea, a consideration. That is a motherfucking slap in the face and one of the biggest L's and setback for Nicki Minaj. Now that we know. So we know she hate motherfucking Ice Spice right now because, like I said, we got this tea, and it is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And she did you a motherfucking favor, okay, Onika, by inviting you to be featured on the Barbie World, which that was her idea. Yeah, you wrote Traverse, but it was her idea. They reached out to Ice Spice, and they wanted her to do it by herself, not really with you. But, she kind of begged and pleaded with them, come on, let's, bring, let's do a feature with Nicki Minaj. She's popular. And they said, okay. But bitch, you wasn't the first choice. How about that? You was not the first choice. And that's the fucking gag. And that's the motherfucking gag laugh of your whole career. Is that Barbie didn't even consider you. And you grew up and fighting for Barbie. You stole it from Lil' Kim. You did all this shit for all these years, bitch. In one of the most biggest selling movies. Yes, you on the soundtrack, but bitch, they didn't offer it to you. You got on there because of Ice Spice. So you got to thank Ice Spice for you being on the Barbie soundtrack because you wouldn't have been on there if it wasn't for her. How pathetic. How pathetic that is. And I know you gotta feel crunchy because you was on the red carpet thinking that, oh my God, like they chose me. They chose me when they really didn't. They chose Ice Spice, the young, pretty, high yellow gal. Not you. And Nicki Minaj is very gorgeous and pretty, but like I said, they didn't they didn't want to build a bitch. You understand? They didn't want you at all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, girl, grow the fuck up. You're 42 and you still attaching yourself to a child Barbie. I am so glad Little Kim let that shit go. Okay, in her I'm so glad when I think about it because it's so embarrassing. This is, I feel like it's humiliating to know that you're still, screaming Barbie and you're 42 years old and you got overly grown people that's in their 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s, really grown people, and they consider themselves a child Barbie, a fan, Barb. Are you serious? This is why I even hate saying barbs. That's why I call them mutts, mangy mutts, and workers. Because that is a child toy. And like you're associating a very delicate child toy with widows. These weirdos. That's what they are. Weird. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, like when I think about it, I was like really kiki and laughing when I was kind of like doing the thumbnail and stuff. Because I'm just like, I know like she feels crunchy. And I'm waiting for her to respond because like I said, she put this narrative out there on Ice Spice without saying it that she used her. No, bitch, you used her. You used her. You asked her for a feature first. And she turned around and asked you to be a part of Barbie because, bitch, you're obsessed with Barbie. You're obsessed with Barbie. Like, you really think that you're in real life, you know what I'm saying, goddamn Barbie, when you're an overly grown woman, now has a child. And it's only right to do that because you scream Barbie all the time. So, like I said, she didn't use you for shit. They came seeking her, not you. When they was trying to put this soundtrack together, they had Ice Spice in their mind, not Nicki Minaj. They didn't give a fuck about you yelling Barbie and saying Barbie, calling your fan base Barbie. Bitch, that's what the gag is. And it's so fucking comical and it's funny. It's so funny and she still is going to rob Barbie now that we know that Ice Spice is who they really wanted. It's who they really wanted. They didn't want you, girl. Like, I feel like to them, you're old and washed up. They want something brand new, rip me out the plastic, young and fresh. You're not that. And I'm not trying to call Nicki Minaj old, but you're like I said, you're an older woman now. You're not like, you know what I'm saying, in your early 20s or your early 30s. You know what I'm saying? You're in your early 40s now. You don't have the young, fresh Barbie face. I see why they chose Ice Spice. And they didn't look at her rap career or her longevity in the music industry. They look at the fact she was relevant, young, pretty, and hot. They didn't look at your rap record, how many records you sold. They didn't look at your how many tickets you sold at your tour. They didn't give a fuck about all that, Nicki. It was about relevant. Okay, it was about looks, unfortunately. And like I said, Ice Spice, like I said, her music is mid. I have no problems. I'm an older woman. It's not for my cup of tea. It's not for my taste. But they chose her and not you. But you around here picking at all these young girls and saying this and they can't sell and they flopping, bitch. But like I said, Barbie didn't choose you. They chose Ice. Ice, baby. They didn't choose, the black Barbie, the new watered down reject Barbie. They wasn't interested at all. And bitch, they ain't even want to include your ass in the movie. You understand? Like, girl, I'm supposed to say, it is funny. It's very funny because she tried to demonize and demean and degrade these young women and pick at them, up and coming and all, and try to bully them and stuff. And girl, like I said, Ice Spice got your motherfucking ass. Was talking behind your back, and probably Cardi B was laughing about this too. She probably is laughing. You want to be the it girl, the it factor. And like I said, mind you, your shit is selling because you have a dedicated fan base. And that's good. They doing what they supposed to do. But like I said, girl, like a lot of people ain't trying to brand you. They're not trying to have you the face of their company. You understand? They're not. They're not interested really in your music like that. Barbie. But that's all I got to say. I just want to laugh about this and stuff because like I said, Lordy, Ice Spice was like, bitch, look, I threw your ass a bone. I did you a favor. I added you on something that you really, really want to be. so bad, a black Barbie, and they ain't paying your ass no attention. So you the reason why you on the Barbie soundtrack. So yeah, she should be thanking Ice Spice in this situation. The Barbies are very upset with Ice Spice. I'm glad she popped her ass. I'm so glad. So like I said, now we got Sexy Red, JT. The Katie got bands and the other girl, they not really doing shit now. They not, I don't know who they are in the bid, even the bid. So I feel like the only person that really I see Nicki Minaj working with really is probably JT. You know what I'm saying? And Sexy Red. Those are the two really current relevant. I don't consider the big girl. I don't. But she might work with her. But like I said, she had burnt her bridges with a lot of these girls. And they looking at her like she's very frolicky. I would have loved to see Nicki Minaj and Cash Doll do a feature, but child, she started hating on her and doing shit to her. So that's why I say, child, this is so funny. Very funny. But okay, I'll catch y'all later, baby. Like I said, Nicki Minaj is the biggest L in your rap career. Okay, that Barbie Mattel didn't consider you to be on a soundtrack. After all the motherfucking free work, bitch, you was a worker. Remember, I was right. Bitch, you a worker. All that free promo and all that free goddamn advertising you did for Barbie, bitch. That shit is embarrassing. I would be humiliated. If I was her, I would not associate myself with Barbie anymore. It is a slap in the face to her. Y'all know how she is. She's very sensitive. Barbie chose Ice Spice over Nicki Minaj. Bitch, that's gonna be a motherfucking read every time I make Nicki Minaj videos. I'm gonna laugh about that shit. I'm gonna laugh about that shit because that's what she get. She's a bully. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bully these girls and bully her Ray around these girls. It's sad and pathetic. But that's all I gotta say, y'all. Catch y'all later.